Star Report. I'm your host, Star. Welcome to the show. Folks, it is Sunday, late night. Pardon self. I was on that nigga shit today, just relaxing and, doing me. Anyway, let's get down to business. Microphone check, The Hidden History of Hip Hop, a documentary film by Tariq Nasheed, a.k.a. King Flex. Microphonecheck.com. Dispelling the myths once and for all. I watched the trailer. Fire! Fire, nigga. Let's all get on code tonight. Let's all get on code. Support, promote, donate. Okay, this is I can already tell this is going to be a monumental film, right on time. And I want to hear from you. If you have not seen it, go into my community section, watch it, call in, claim what you created if you're African American, huh? And we're going to have to check a few people as we do, but never mind the haters. Tonight's not the night to call in and, if you're not living the black experience, we don't want to hear from you tonight. You call in another night. Tonight is, don't hate, congratulate, okay? We're going to talk about it in detail. Also, guys, on some silly shit, I hate to say this, but free my nigga Doll McClendon. Doll McClendon. Okay, this is not a story we're going to get into unless you guys want to talk about it. Somewhere down in North Carolina, Doll McClendon, 67 years of age, he shot up the Taco Bell. He shot up the Taco Bell. A young person was playing with his change. Everybody's okay, but he did, send somebody to the ER, just... Free my nigga Doll McClendon. I just want to say that earlier, right? Whew, I'm going to be silly tonight, letting you know right now. With regards to what's going on in a certain part of the world, yes, we can discuss it, but I'm not putting it in my show title. I'm not putting it on my showrunner because the algorithms are watching and listening. So if you want to call in and talk about what's going on, in that certain place of the world, just say, Star, I want to talk about Gaza music. You get it? Gaza music? Even though that's not, it's just a code word for what's going on in that certain part of the world. And let me just say, in case you don't know, they are dancing in the streets of London. London is lit right now. It's up for real, okay? Now, let me get to my showrunner, guys. This is a very concerning topic, but I can't be a hypocrite, so dine and dash. You guys know what dine and dash means. There's a lot of detail about the legal aspects and why people do it, defrauding and all sorts of things that go on, not just with restaurants, hotels, and different places. So I want to ask you, as silly as that title looks, is dine and dash a form of reparations? A couple of years ago, we saw somebody talking about looting and things like that, saying that's reparations. Yes? No? You guys remember that? Troll babies, good evening. I'm going to be a little extra tonight. Good evening. Is dine and dash a form of reparations? Again, I can't sit here and be a hypocrite. I'm always disputing charges. I go out and eat somewhere, and then I go home, and then I wake up the next day and I say, yo, that shit was trash. I go online and follow fucking dispute, and I'm like, yo, why you doing that? Nigga shit. A lot of you do it too. Salute to the people who sent me emails, about 5 people talking about, yo, shaking my head, niggas is out of control. Somewhere in Houston, yes? 20 people ran out on a tab. What's the name of that restaurant? Cajun something. 20 people ran out. Out of 20, only 2 people came back to pay their bill. But 18 people left because they didn't like something with the gratuity, and they just said, fuck it. And then you had some mammy. She wasn't running. She said, I'll shoot this motherfucker up. It's all on video, okay? So that's my showrunner. But again, we can talk about Gaza music, missiles. Oh, my goodness. Condolences to everyone involved. Condolences. This this is the objective perspective. So you're welcome to call and speak, with regards to both sides, but just be sensitive with regards to how you phrase things. I just want to say that, all right? All right, sit tight on the phones. I see you guys early. Dana with the data. Are you calling in, Dana? Shoot me a text. Holy smokes. I need someone from the ADOS community. Before I say the wrong thing, I think Yvette Carnell is a brilliant human being, huh? ADOS, American Descendants of Slavery. But I questioned some type of national reparations convention that concluded today in Atlanta, this past weekend in Atlanta. And it was all this Caribbean stuff. It really didn't focus on American Descendants of Slavery. And maybe I misunderstood Yvette Carnell's involvement. But Dana said that they uninvited Yvette Carnell, and then I went online on Twitter, or X, whatever they call that shit now, and I saw Yvette Carnell. I printed it out, talking about, here it is, Hot Mike, all right? At Breaking Brown, that's Yvette Carnell. I've heard her talk, and I think she's brilliant, but it's causing so much unrest. She's talking about someone else who was on the stage at this reparations convention that it looked like only 116 people went. Has King Flex responded yet? Oh, I know he's going in balls deep. Please keep me posted with the bullshit via email. Was Yvette Carnell uninvited? She was promoting this thing. And I'm looking at it and I said, damn, is she trying to get a bag? Yvette, I got a lot of respect for you, but I may have to kick you back in tonight. Troll babies, did Yvette Carnell try and get a bag? Did she try and climb out the bucket and leave us? You trying to go get a bag? No, Yvette, come on back in the bucket with the rest of us. It's warm here. Someone educate me, please. Phone lines open right now if you are a ADOS representative. Cheers. Okay, Dana, if the data said, let's go. Okay, hold on. Let me get her in the queue. All right. Dana, sit tight. Let me just finish laying out the show here. Oh, my goodness. Missiles flying. Thousands. Tragedy is going on, And again, if you call in, just say, Star, I want to talk about that Gaza music, And I'll let you speak, but just be very, very careful. Blade, you will not be allowed to call in tonight. Darix, you will not be allowed to call in tonight. If you cannot, be respectful. All right, but my main focus is to promote microphonecheck.com. I love the trailer. And salute to Grandmaster Kaz. He's now on code. Anybody catch that? Because, he, on Vlad TV a couple of years ago, he was, acknowledging other people that, they were just assisting the greatness of the black man. They didn't create nothing, and that's not to be divisive. That's just, the truth. Folks, I was born in 1964. You know this. I wasn't just raised in the beautiful suburbs, built-in swimming pools, brand new mopeds every year. I moved to New York in 1981. Andrew Jackson, class of 82. I also went to George Washington High School, uptown Manhattan, class of 82. I was there. I was in the parks. I had the medallions. I had the suede Pumas, the plaid pants. I had the mock necks, sheepskins, dunce caps. I was there. Foundational Black Americans created hip-hop, and I'm here to promote that tonight, to co-sign it. There's a Kickstarter. It's all in my community section, okay? Let's all get on code, goddamn. Anybody from Foundational Black Americans want to call in? Come on in and spit your talking points. Let's do this tonight, huh? Hold on a second. Okay. Crown, I see you. Oh, wait, Crown. Let's go, big nigga. Crown, where's Crown? Dana, hold on a second, Dana. Dana, sit tight. I got to get Crown in here. Hold on, let me.
Okay.
Crown, 202, big nigga, FBA. Crown, where are you, sir?
FBA all day, Crown in the building. Let's go, DC. Where you at? FBA all day. Let's go.
Yeah.
The real origins of hip hop. We ain't talking none of that Jamaican, none of that Asian, none of that Kamala Harris talk. None of that. Nah. FBA. We started damn near everything. So we cutting straight to the chase.
Yes.
Truth is, we did this. Grandmaster. I think Flash couldn't make it. So he had to deal work with who he had to work with. But either way, we still got all the originators up there. So let's get it.
Yeah.
Dispelling all the lies. Dispelling all.
Sha-Rock, the first lady. Never mind all that queen shit. The goddess, Sha-Rock, funky 4+1. I remember hearing her voice on the radio. Got me erect. I said, damn. That's when I knew this shit was real, when I heard her fine-ass voice, her cadence, her flow, her enunciation. She said that all that Jamaican shit, well, she didn't say shit, pardon me. Correct me. What did she say? That had nothing to do with hip-hop. Come on, Crown, talk your FBA. Let's go.
Busy be like, yo, Jamaican toasting. We didn't get nothing from no Jamaican toasting. How do you rap about what is that? That's nothing that we have anything to do with. Where did that come from? That's a big lie. Busy B shutting it down. So, respect the King Flex like always. And I'm here to learn some stuff because I was born in 1990, so I'm here to learn some stuff. So I can't wait to the I already donated, so I can't wait to the campaign.
Nice.
I mean, to the actual DVD comes out. But
nice.
But yeah, we here to shut all that down. So
yeah.
Oh wait, so yeah, I tell with Fat Joe, Busta Rhymes, where you at?
Don't even give them any light. Never mind them. We're talking about this trailer Fire. Also, there's a Kickstarter campaign. I want to make sure I have the right campaign before I promote it. Kickstarter, and you go to microphonecheck.com, leads you right to the platform where you can donate. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Look at Melly Mel. I said Melly Mel look great, man. Sitting there talking. Cornbread, the first graffiti artist. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Come on, talk your talk. Now let's go.
First graffiti, first break dancer. He got the first break dancer in there. Melly Mel. He got everybody in there. The originators, the Bronx stand up, and I want to cuss, but shutting everything down. Like I said, the Latino community. This has nothing to do with denigrating any other community. We are speaking the truth. But if you're going to hate, be loud about it. Don't be in secret. Be loud about it. We need to know who the haters are, because this whole quote-unquote minority coalition needs to be shut down as well. So this is going to do all that in one with this particular footage that's coming out. So like I said, I'm here to help bring the campaign to light like you are. So everybody in the comment section that's hating, go ahead and donate. While you're hating now in the comment section, go ahead and donate.
Right. Let me also say this, Crown, and listen, salute to everybody who assisted the greatness of the foundational Black American, movement of hip hop. Its manifestation, because it goes back to even the 40s and the 50s. I've spoken about this before.
Yep.
I'm as old.
Old
as dust. But now, hang on. This is not about being divisive.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you not want Black people to get credit for what they created? Why would you not want them to get that credit? That's the question. Not about who assisted, who did what, who was carrying a crate of fucking records. I was never an intern. I was never anybody's sidekick. I never worked on the street team of fucking Hot 97. And I am second only to Frankie Crocker. Research says this. It's not just me saying it. Research says this. So all of that who assisted the building blocks of hip hop, that's fine. Salute to you. I just had to say that, man, because so many people think because they were taking pictures, you were sniffing a little blow with everybody. That no, you could have been you could have been an outcast from your culture, a fucking outcast.
Right.
And foundational Black Americans, as they always do, let people come in. Come on in. We are a loving people. We are compassionate, understanding. Come on in. We will accept you. Okay, you don't want to be with your people. You don't want to do the merengue, bachata. Come on over here. Carry that crate of records. Spin on your fucking head on that cardboard. You know, getting back at me whilst I rip this mic. Let's go, Crown.
Right. Right, and be clear, just because you was carrying crates don't mean you created anything. Just because you was dancing with us don't mean you created anything. Just because you was standing in the corner because your man brought you along with for the ride don't mean you started anything. So we dispelling all that. Just because you was there, you was there, you helped tie somebody's shoes, you helped carry a crate, you might pick a song here and there, you may have ate some fried chicken here and there. That don't mean you created anything. Stop all that. So we here to stop all that. We ain't gonna say no names, but all you cats is out here promoting these lies. We stopping all that. Y'all see FBA, we hold it down. Thousands of people last year, November 5th, out there for reparations. Unlike some organizations that only have about 116 people, but you know, yeah. 116 people, you know.
Crown, hang on a second, Crown.
I ain't saying no names.
Crown, I'm on one. I might do a 5-hour fucking show. Was Yvette Carnell uninvited from that Atlanta reparations conference? What was that? You have to speed or no? If not, just say no.
Listen, if you claim to be the leader of an organization, but
goodness.
there's something you're promoting that you're not invited, like how does that? I mean, the organization, and then you have other groups that coincide with your organization that kind of takes away from the point of reparation. Like, how does that work? Just logically speaking, from the outside looking in. But listen, that's an interesting organization that they have over there. It has nothing to do with FBA. So, we want to see everybody.
Crown, I saw some nigga 54 years old on the stage with a knapsack, pardon me, rapping to a room full of 14 people talking about, I need some water. you had some old mammies with lopsided wigs. So I'm like, yeah, reparations. I said, oh my God. Crown, finish up, man. Finish up. Oh, my God.
Listen, man. This stuff you can't make up. But anywho, we going to leave it like this. FBA all day. Everybody go support. I see y'all in the chat hating, but go ahead and support FBA. We dispelling all the lies. Dana, can you answer these questions about the organization that you're in? Because
I'm going to get to Dana. Don't take shots at Dana. Crown, I appreciate you, man. Thank you for your support. Thank you.
Thank you. Respect. Okay, I'm out.
Yes, sir. Yeah, man, let's all get on code tonight. Troll babies. Anybody get a chance to Google Doll McClendon, 67 years of age, out in North Carolina? What part of North Carolina was this? Charged with assault with a deadly weapon with the intent to kill, inflicting serious injury, and discharging a weapon into occupied property. Probably some little young ratchet bitch looked like Sexy Red. A little too disrespectful. And Doll said, bitch, I'm 67. I just want my motherfucking, what is it? I said, don't put none of that sauce on the goddamn, the tacos. What the fuck you arguing for? And the bitch started running her mouth. And then Doll, he was at the drive-thru. I think he went and parked the car and then walked inside. Bang, 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 bang. Back in the days, they used to call that pulling out the act right. You guys ever heard that, or is that like too old? Act right. Pull that thing out and it makes you act right. Pow. Where's Dana with the dad? Hold on a second. Dana, let's go. Good evening, late night show. If you have to talk about what's going on in the Middle East, just say Gaza music. Code word, okay? Dana?
Okay.
Right, let's go.
Yeah, so I wasn't calling in about Gaza music.
Okay.
I'm gonna talk about that during the week. So I have brought something to your attention because I saw your picture on Twitter.
Yeah.
That I had to send. That I had to email it to you, and that's how the conversation evolved about the National reparations convention that went on in Atlanta, Georgia this weekend, and Yvette Carnell was invited to be one of the speakers along with Professor Small and others, but she was disinvited, because of, I guess, the N-Cobras and the narcs saw a tweet that happened to be posted on Twitter last week, questioning her why was she going to a Pan-African convention to speak when she's ADOS, and she did say, I'm going to descend. So not argue, but going to descend to represent for American descendants of slaves, which is fine. But the fact is that it is trending because it was a hot mic there where someone was questioning, why did you disinvite her? You should have invited her, to this event, and it would have been good, whatever. So I don't know that Crown person, and I'm not going to address him. But if we are going to be on cold, then be on cold and understand that ADOS Foundation is an actual organization, right? That has chapters and pass public policies.
Okay.
Ask a rally, because the rally don't get public policies passed. FBA is not an organization. However, it is a movement that represents Black American heritage, and Tariq Nasheed did the damn thing with the microphone check. So, yeah, let's all be on cold and stop that taking small shot nonsense, because you don't want it over here.
Dana, yes, you did send me something. Hold on a second. Let me just say salute to this young man. Dirty Laundry Media. I'm not sure who this person is, but sir, salute to you. And it's okay that you used my screenshot for that particular post, but don't use my audio or video, or I will give you a copyright strike. But yeah, so he said not sure how hashtag ADOS position is being confused with Afro descendants. Seems intentional. Okay. But now Yvette was uninvited. I went to her YouTube channel. She has not gone live. I went to her Twitter page or X page. She's not tweeting. She's just responding to people. What's cracking? What's going on with Yvette? And how is she taking being shunned from the convention that she was promoting? Dana?
Well, she did retweet and commented with some of the clips that she received from that convention, but she released, ADOS Advocacy Foundation released a press release, going in details to why she was disinvited.
Why didn't you send that to Dana? Why didn't you send that to me? I didn't see that.
I did send it to you.
The press release?
I did.
Hold on. You sent me something.
Yes. I sent you, it's part of a Twitter link. I'll email it right now to you again.
Now, hang on. You sent me something on Twitter. I'm looking for the...
Right, but that was part of it too. I'm going to email it right now again.
Dana, my eyes are bad. I need to see a big-ass PDF file on a Google Drive. Don't be sending me no shit on the gram. Something I got to enlarge the screen.
Okay. All right, I'll send it to you right now. So, yes.
Who is Divine from Brooklyn?
Yes, Divine. Yes.
Black Detta. Can we get this man on the line? Who is this? What's cracking?
Yes, I will text him and I will ask him to call in. I interview him. I had the pleasure of interviewing him on my platform, Divine from Brooklyn. He is part of the Black American Freedmen Organization out of New York State. And what he did, he don't do rallies. What he's put on the ground public policies up in these politicians' faces. They were able to have a reparations bill for Black American freedmen introduced on the state assembly floor to counter that Pan-African reparation bill in New York State. So this is what we're talking about when we're talking about being on code. You have to push back. Whatever you want to call yourself, you have to understand to get stuff done, you have to pass public policies. So he's very hands-on, and also his organization was part of the lawsuit to make sure that the illegals are not able to vote in New York as well, in New York City. Yes. So I will text him and ask him to call in and stuff like that. He's a good brother.
I'm not stressing an interview, but if he wants to chime in, cool. Okay, so Dana, my main topic, the Tariq Nasheed documentary. I saw the trailer, loved it. Microphone check, the hidden history of hip hop. Did you see the trailer? Your thoughts, Dana with the data, please.
Yes, I did. And I did a show Friday.
Okay.
And I talked about it. I did a reaction to the trailer. Loved it. And I always say that I am a Tariq Nasheed supporter. I love all of his documentaries. They are on point. They are accurate, enlightening, entertaining, and just the editing, the people he interviewed.
Right.
And it's needed. It's needed, and it's right on time, and it's debunking all of the nonsense that the mainstream media is trying to put out there. So I'm just saying, and then so he's trying to. He did say, because I watched this show during the week, he's either going to. He wanted to be released in the movie theaters, and I think that's great.
Nice.
And
nice.
But he has 4 hours of footage, so and he may release it as a series. So that's something that he's trying to, decide. However, I love it, and I can't wait for it to come out. So yeah, he is.
Now, did you donate, Dana? Did you go to the Kickstarter page and send some?
No, I did not. No, I did not. No.
Okay.
No, not yet.
Okay.
Eventually.
Well, listen. It's nice that you love what he does, but you have to show your support. It's very much needed. He did research, and you and I talk from time to time.
But I have donated.
I'm not trying to call you out to the carpet. We're just talking.
No, you can't. Wait, hold on, because every documentary, all the Hidden Colors, everyone I have bought, honey, and paid for.
Okay.
And I have donated to Kickstarters in the past.
Okay.
I was at the reparations rally last year. Yeah, so.
I almost went to the museum back in November when I was on my California road trip, but I was driving that big ass RV, and I was looking in Google Maps to see how far it was away from where I was, and I said, "Damn, I got this driving this big ass RV," and I said, "That's too much." But yeah, man, I want to support him, folks. Microphonecheck.com. That's my main topic tonight. Call in if you have seen the documentary. With regards to the hidden history of hip hop. Dana, before you go, I got to ask you something. Just give me a second. This may seem somewhat silly, but there's a growing trend now of dine and dash across America. It's not just black people, but was this Houston, Texas? 18 people ran out of some type of goddamn restaurant without paying. Did you see this video footage?
No, I did not. I will look it up, and I need to do a reaction to that. And are they calling dash reparation?
No. I'm asking, is Dine and Dash a form of reparations? I know that may sound silly, but a couple of years ago, I saw some woman from Black Lives Matter talking about looting and all that shit. That's reparations. And I said, well, maybe I'm just older and I don't really understand how the younger people are thinking. But then I realized that, I make a lot of disputes when I, go into Home Depot, Lowe's, wherever, and I'm buying shit, and, I get weird like that. I'm sipping coffee in the morning, I say, I'm gonna dispute this shit. I'm on that silly shit. So what are the people thinking who dine and dash? What is going through their minds? Why do they just say, fuck it, I ain't paying for this shit, and then walk out slowly? They don't run, they walk out slowly. Any thoughts? Yeah,
well, my thought, because I haven't seen none of the videos, but I have heard of people who have done that. Yeah. I think, listen, we're in inflation. A lot of people don't have money. Everything's expensive, and you just feel like F it. And you just don't want to pay. And a lot of times, depending on their age group, maybe they feel as though it is owed to them, So I don't think it's a reparations or a black oppression thing, but they may use that as an excuse, like defund the police and everything else, right. Which is acceptable. So I think people are just.
I don't believe in defunding the police. That I don't believe in. But
right, no, I don't believe in it either. But that was a hashtag, to give people an excuse to break the law. So. This is probably a trend, and they're probably going to use some type of woke social justice element to explain why they're doing it.
Hold on. I'm always thinking about some type of legal angle. Might dining and dashing be some type of post-traumatic slave syndrome?
I think that's a stretch. a little bit of a stretch because you.
Niggas start doing too much.
Yes. Yes. Everything is not for slavery.
Folks, in case you've never heard me say this before, the book, 2005, Post-Traumatic Slave Syndrome by Dr. Joy DeGruy. How do you say her last name? DeGruy? I forget. DeGray?
I always say DeGruy, but yeah, I don't want to DeGruy. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
But yeah, so yeah, I think that's a stretch. But that type of question would have to be left up for her to dissect and answer. Okay. So I don't think it's a correlation. So yeah. But I did send you the email with the statement, the press release. I emailed it.
Thank you. I'm gonna.
Yes.
See what's going on with Yvette Carnell. It seems like she's just taking L after L after L. And has Tone Talks said anything about her being uninvited? What's going on with him lately?
Only on Twitter, not on, like, he hasn't put a video up on YouTube. But I just think, why did you want to go in the first place? Given you would have gave them light and you still gave them a spotlight because now we're talking about her being disinvited. So, but why did you even want to be there with those people? So, it is what it is. I don't know if she asked to be invited or if they reached out to her.
Dana, she was promoting it on her platform. Oh. That's how I found out about it, about with Yvette Carnell. She was promoting it, and then the next thing you know, you called me and said, hey, she was uninvited. So anyway.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dana. As always, I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Appreciate you too. Oh, and it's my birthday.
Today or when?
No, it was yesterday. My birthday was yesterday.
Okay. Salute to you, Dana.
Yeah. All right. Thank you. Have a good night.
You too. Bye now.
Okay, bye-bye.
Okay. All right. Hold on a second, guys. Hold on. I know I'm hyped in charge right now. I got that nap in earlier. Hold on. Something I want to promote here. I watched a movie yesterday. Holy smokes. Oh, man. There's a film out called Fair Play. Are you guys up to speed on this film called Fair Play? Just came out. This film here, it was released January the 20th. I enjoyed this. I mean, I looked at the poster first and I said, I don't want to see some fucking love story. Let me put this in the live chat. You guys, anybody seen this film? It took a little while to get going, but holy shit. If you want to watch a good film with your significant other, watch this. Fair Play, okay? An American thriller film. It's about Emily Myers and Luke Edmonds. They are analysts at One Crest Capital, a cutthroat New York hedge fund. They think he's getting a promotion. She actually gets the promotion. So then he has to answer to her. Anybody see this film? Shit got crazy. Yeah, I saw the creator as well. We'll talk about that another day. Right now, I want to focus on Fair Play. The ending. Whoa! I don't want to spoil it, but the ending, talk about a simp. A simp. If you haven't watched this film, and you do watch it by way of my recommendation, and I hope that you do, make sure you listen to the ending when she is talking to him face to face. It's called Fair Play. Just came out October the 13th. I just wanted to say that, okay? All right, guys, sit tight. Let me go to my supporters here. Lisa. Hey, Lisa, got your donation. A star, I was there in the Bronx all the way from Yonkers. Hip-hop started with us. Thank you for your donation, Lisa. Okay. Derek's, I got your donation. Derek's, you can't call in tonight because the last show with you and Rory, you were just going haywire, dude. And I I said to you, man, you got to pull back sometimes on that algorithm. You know what's going on in the Middle East, Derek's, you know? I'm not avoiding the topic. I would like for people to chime in with regards to it, but you got to watch the language, right? Here's Blade. Hold on a second. Oh, thank you, Blade. Thank you, Blade. Blade, it's lit right now. It's lit. They are dancing in the streets of London. That's all I'll say. It's up and it's stuck right now. Hey, Rondell, got your donation? We on that nigga shit tonight. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, we are. We're definitely on the nigga shit. I got that nap in. Blade, are you up to speed on Iran's possible involvement? Netanyahu talking to Biden like he's his son. Get over here! Now! We need backup! They are heading towards Tel Aviv. That's all I'm going to say right now. It's up, all right? John Flowers got your donation. Thank you for tapping in. Charlie says, nigga, what you know about Fran Tarkington? Oh, stop it, Charlie. Stop it. Huh? Thank you for your donation, man. Blade says, damn, nigga, what I do. Now, the Blade, you just got to be careful, man. I appreciate your donation, but, it's the algorithms, man. I don't own YouTube. Where is he? 305. Wait a minute. Is that area code 305? Aha! Is that Rastafari Ministries 305? Tap it in. 305. Are you there? Rastafari Ministries. Hello. Hey.
Rastafari.
Yes, sir. How are you? What's cracking?
Good. Give thanks for life,
Okay. Where do you want to start, sir?
Have you heard of Johnny Nash?
Yes, but now, where are you trying to go? Because I want to give this documentary.
Let me explain.
Okay.
Let me explain.
Come on.
Johnny Nash, amongst other R&B singers, inspired reggae music.
Okay.
All music, okay, modern music,
right,
is from African American blues and jazz. You understand? We in the islands, our main instrument was the drum. So when reggae was black people in Jamaica trying to play R&B music, that's how that birth. That's how that birth came about. Okay. Of course, the political aspect added to it because of Rastafari and all that.
Right.
But I'm talking about just the music.
I think I know where you're going. Speak. Yes, I think
Jamaican artists don't deny that.
Okay. Yeah, I think I know where you're going.
Jamaican artists don't deny that. Everything is inspired. All modern music. The so-called Afrobeat is inspired by African American music.
Facts.
I lived in Africa, grew up in Jamaica, grew up in Brooklyn, so I got to see a microcosm of everything.
Okay.
And African music. African Americans or black people in America really don't know how much they inspire and basically run the world culturally and lead black people all over the world through inspiration.
Facts.
There wouldn't be, I know you don't like him, but there wouldn't be a Marcus Garvey without Harlem. He was ran the hell out of Jamaica.
If I can jump in Rastafari Ministries, I don't dislike.
And I love Garvey, but I'm just telling you.
I don't dislike him, but I mean, I have to call it the way it was. And you're right.
Oh, yeah,
you're right. He was ran out of Jamaica. He got lit in America, in Harlem. He wasn't banned from Africa. He bought two big ass rusty boats. He just didn't have the money to go.
I don't. None of our. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. None of our ancestors. I try to critique them in that way because they did the best they can with what they had at that time.
Right.
I don't really get too deep into. God, I mean, for him to even think of it during that time, to me was great.
Well, hang on. Before we go too far, I wanted to give some context. I don't hate Marcus Garvey, but he was a con man. He's a con man.
I wouldn't go that. Me personally, I respect
would.
your opinion on
He's
that.
a con man.
I respect your opinion on that.
He,
But
he became Harlem Slick. Now, hold on.
I thought he was a bad business.
Hold
He
on.
probably wasn't
Hang on. I don't want to make this about Marcus Garvey. Let's go back for a second because you're right. And people may not know this. The Wailers were dressing like the Temptations when they first came out.
Dude, that's all they sung was R&B music.
Bob Marley and Peter
That's all
Tosh
they sung.
spoke about why they were dressing because it was the ting of the times. That's what he said.
Of course.
It was the ting of the times. You know? So they got hang on, let me just get this out and then I'll give you the last word. And then they were trying to get their weight up and then they became Rastas, so to speak.
Yeah,
you know?
because Rastafari was a great influence to them.
Right.
You understand?
Yes. It was a movement.
That's a separate
It was a
influence
movement.
that added to them.
Go ahead.
That they saw that, okay, the R&B music, they couldn't compete with, of course, the Temptations or the Commodores. So the only subgenre was, okay, let's make this political, considering the biggest thing over here in Jamaica right now was oppression, was colonialism, So, they added the R&B music. Our reggae music is a great marriage between R&B and the African drum beats of the Kumina and the Nyabingi in Jamaica, which was brought from Africa. So it's totally understood that America would not be America. The only art form that America ever produced was jazz, which is the African American music,
Right.
and the blues,
Right.
and hip hop. I mean, we're talking about from the time of the Lost Poets and before that. You could go all the way back to the 40s, and African Americans was rapping, and two gospel singers that was rapping back in the 40s and the 30s. It is understood that we were inspired, that all of us was inspired by Black American music. That's not an argument. I just think that it needs to be spoken and it needs to be voiced. That you have certain. The bad thing is we have certain people that speak out, that speak for Caribbean people that has not been appointed by Caribbean people. Certain artists. And it may seem like that's what Caribbean people believe.
Here is where I want to jump in. Rastafari Ministries, let me speak now. Here's where I need to jump in.
Go ahead.
I met Busta Rhymes one time. Good guy,
I didn't want to mention his name.
No, I'm going there because he has been spewing mistruths, false information, and outright fuckery. Kool Herc and the rest of the people of Caribbean descent were not running around with locks talking about Yaman back in the early days of hip hop. They were not.
Exactly.
They were
Facts.
not.
Facts.
Okay?
Facts.
Busta, it sounds hot what Busta Rhymes is saying, but if he really wants to show and prove, move to Jamaica, move to Spanish Town, move to Port Moore, and they will run down on him the same way they ran down on Peter Tosh and Bob Marley. It sounds hot what he's saying here, but it's cap, it's bullshit. Go ahead.
No, it's cap. It's cap.
It's cap.
It's cap. But I'm saying, I just want the African American community to know that that's not our voice. Yeah. That's just Busta Rhymes talking. Yeah. We don't have we don't have access to media like he does. Other than like with individuals such as you who bless us with the mic to speak and to voice our opinions.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
That shouldn't be a blot on the Caribbean because most Caribbean people, dude, the best treasure my father ever gave me is his records. And they're all R&B. I mean, Sammy Davis Jr. was our family rabbi. Because my parents were damn near Jews. That was our rabbi, Sammy Davis Jr. Growing up in Brooklyn, Borough Park.
Yeah.
And my father said, "Hey, don't worry about it. This black man is a Jew too. Don't let them make you feel anyway."
Yeah. Russell, yeah. Hey, I appreciate you, man. Thank you for your support. I got to take other callers. Are you in London? Where are you? You're in the States?
I'm in Pembroke Pines, Florida.
Oh, okay.
Which is really north of Miami.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
I appreciate the call and the knowledge, man. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Enjoy your week, brother.
You too. Yes, sir.
Well, you're not my brother.
Okay.
We're not brothers.
I know. Thank
Enjoy
you, man. Thank you. All right.
Yes.
All right. Rastafari Ministries, you've heard it from him. He broke it down. Jamaicans were influenced by, Motown and others. So all this shit, a select few people who are entertainers are talking is straight fucking cap. All right? Guys, please pay attention to my sponsors on the Showrunner. And this week, I have a new sponsor I'm going to be introducing. Okay, I want to tell you guys about them after I get a code so that you can purchase the world's best tequila rum, BlueRoyalSpirits.com. I'm going to promote them starting tomorrow or Tuesday. Okay, I'll keep you posted, all right? Shanice, I got your donation. Thank you, young lady. Okay. Ricky Rick tapping in. Ricky Rick says, I dine and dash soul food spots. Free fish and grits. Salute to Ricky Rick for the donation. Do you film yourself, Ricky Rick? Does anybody film themselves dining and dashing? If you do, please email me. I would love to see those videos. Lately, I've been watching, I still like to watch people that pull chairs. When people go to sit down and then they pull the chair. I still watch those. But lately, I've been watching, what are those TikTok videos? Some type of, what do you call those pranks where you have one of the spouses pretends that there's something moving? It's some type of prank. What do you call those pranks? It's like a couple will be sitting in the goddamn living room somewhere, and then the girl will go like, there, get it, and then the guy starts, what do you call those pranks? I love those shit. I don't know. Anyway, thank you, Ricky Rick, for your donations. Salute to you, sir. Okay, thank you, Dana. Dana just sent me this tiny ass. God, this is tiny, Dana. I gotta download this shit. Some type of ADOS Advocacy Foundation immediate press release. Okay, give me a second. Let me print this shit out. What the fuck? Give me a second, guys. Oh my God. King Flex put his Mac down so hard, Yvette and Tone Talks barely even go live now. Thank you, Dan. I just downloaded that. Okay, Crown, I don't want to take shots at nobody, man, but thank you for your donation. Thank you so much. Sharif, peace. Sharif, are you tapping in, sir? Thank you. I got your donation. Okay. Let's go back to the phone lines here. Area code. There he is. Brooklyn Giggles. Good evening, sir. Brooklyn Giggles.
Yo. What's going on, sir? What's going on with you?
What's cracking, man? Good to hear from you.
Can you hear me?
Loud and clear. How are you?
Good to hear from you. I saw the documentary. Great documentary. Trailer. Excuse me. I saw the documentary trailer. I've watched all of his documentaries, Tariq Nasheed's documentaries. So this one I'm really, really eager to see because I saw Melly Mel, I saw Lord Jamal in the trailer, and I saw people I never even knew, like the first breakdancer, this and that. This was good. This was real good. So I can't wait to watch it because one thing I could honestly say, I know I have my back and forth with you when it comes to FBA politics and stuff like that. But I can never disrespect Tariq when it comes to documentaries. Like his editing skills, when it came to not even just hidden figures, but
his research. His research is definitely on point. You know, especially the last documentary I saw with the Maroons. That was amazing. And Buck Breaking, if you haven't watched it, please. People really need to watch it because I watched half of Buck Breaking. I couldn't finish it, but I respect the research. But now hang on a second, Brooklyn Giggles. You, an admitted tether from Nigeria, although you were born here, you said you saw the trailer, and you appreciate it. Yes, you appreciate the trailer.
Of course, I appreciate the trailer, but it's funny because you mentioned Caribbeans, and I mean, people on the phone call have mentioned Caribbeans, Latinos, this and that. I've never met an African who ever said they played a role in creating hip hop. Like I've never seen that. You're never going to see that. And if you do see that, let me know so I can curse that person out, because you're never going to hear any Africans say they invented hip hop or played a role in it. Like I agree with what the last caller was saying, that hip hop has definitely played not just hip hop, but R&B, rhythm and blues, rock and roll has played a major role on the culture outside of obviously outside of America. And reggae song, Afro beats, whatever you want to call it, took little bit of what they've seen in hip hop, what they've seen in R&B, jazz. Like there's no debating that, and I agree that the whole Fat Joe, Busta Rhymes misinformation, it gotta stop, because the lie can go for so long. Like to this, it's gonna get to the point that everybody's gonna assume that they're right, and it's not true. And I appreciate Tariq Nasheed putting this information out there. I really do.
Let me also add this, Brooklyn Giggles. I'm not just sitting here saying this just because I was, there. 1981 is when I moved to New York. And, I was really vibing with the Shower Posse, the Young Jamaicans in the early 80s, because they had, similar to myself, great education. I mean, were they gangsters and killers? Yes, but I didn't even realize it until months after we were rolling and, riding on the trains and going places to collect money and powder. You know this already. But they were wearing Clark's shoes and Applejack hats and talking crazy about foundational Black Americans. And I was with them, kicking in the backs of African Americans. I didn't give a fuck. So I knew firsthand. We're on missions. And they're talking. I'm just like, yeah, fuck them. Fuck these niggas in the projects, And then we're up in the dance hall clubs. It wasn't all that unification back in the days. And let me just say this one last thing. A lot of people got it fucked up about the Wailers and Bob Marley. In the 70s, the Wailers were not getting radio airplay in the United States of America on fucking black radio. You had specialty stations, white people playing the Wailers. Black radio came in after. Actually, in the early 80s, a couple of, New York, somewhat, sort of, kind of. After Bob Marley died, then black radio came to the table of Bob Marley. Go ahead, speak.
No, I don't doubt that. I think people have to understand that a lot of these non-FBAs did not F with hip-hop, not till like the late 90s. My dad didn't start listening to hip-hop. My dad, I keep it real with you, did not start listening to hip-hop until the death of B.I.G., believe it or not. I'm going to keep...
How old is your dad?
How
old is your dad? My age? Your dad's my age?
He's basically maybe he's older. He's like in 63 now. Yeah,
okay.
63 now. Yeah.
He's an old hating Nigerian. Keep it real.
No.
Keep it real.
Yo, I gotta keep it real. Most of these Africans in my dad's generation didn't really start listening to hip hop until like later on in life. I remember the first time I went to Nigeria. It had to
never mind all that. I want to hear you say my father was a hating ass Nigerian. Come on.
My father. I'm not gonna say he was a hating ass Nigerian. I'm gonna say my dad didn't F with hip hop until Biggie's death.
Right.
I will go to that extent.
Yeah.
A lot of, but not just Nigerians, but these Latinos. Come on, y'all weren't listening to hip hop until reggaeton got popping. Come on, y'all were disrespecting hip hop. It was y'all were acting basically like the white people back in the 50s when it was considered an.
I'm about to get to the Hispanics because they were G-checked back in the 50s by real white people, and that's why the film West Side Story really broke them down and the origins of the word spick. But listen, I gotta go, man. Good to talk to you, Brooklyn Giggles. Thank you for keeping it real. Thank you, man.
Me, I bleach, my nigga.
Yes, okay,
Yeah.
me, I bleach. Oh shit! Hold on a second. I see my nigga tapping in. Where is he? Where is he? Florida Boy J, sit tight. I'll be right there. Sit tight. Sit tight. Folks, let's focus on the film, Microphone Check, The Hidden History of Hip Hop. Microphonecheck.com. I saw the trailer. Fire! I recommend it. It's in my community section. Donate to the Kickstarter campaign. Salute to the people, who got on code. Yeah, it's fine that you assisted this modern day black culture, FBA culture. It's fine that you were helping, that you were there, being a spectator. You were a spectator. I was there. If I really get to going balls deep and the... You're glad I wasn't in the documentary because I would have spoke about freestyle music. That was Puerto Rican culture. That was yours. You abandoned it for hip hop. And to some degree, the Italians took it from you. Can I get an amen if anybody was with freestyle like myself? I was up in 1018 roller skating with the Latin Kings, listening to Lisa, Sapphire, Pajama Party. Yo, no say, I can tell. Niggas started doing too much. Hang on a second. Let me sit tight. Freestyle was your shit. Freestyle started dying out. George Lamont, Noel. Oh my God. Stevie B, huh? Don't get... Oh, TK. Louder than love, louder than love. That was my nigga K7. Yeah. Hang on a second. Florida Boy J, sit tight. 105 fam, got your donation. Star, I am an island man, but hip-hop belongs to ADOS and FBA or whatever you Yankees call yourselves. Thanks for such a beautiful art form. Thank you, man. Oh, Big Eye Key tapping in. Hang on a second. Big Eye Key going hard in the paint. Hold on. He says, I heard, Gaza music got hit and flipped. Flipped some Frisbees. Okay, I gotta be careful. Okay, he's saying I'm on. In fact, FBA has been accepting for far too long, and they ran with it. That's right. Big Ike also says, and hip-hop started in Soundview. Fuck all that cool herc. Oh, whoa. Soundview projects he's talking about. West Side bullshit. That nigga just had a party because it was safe over where. Oh, my goodness. It was safe over there. LMAO toasting. Hey, man, RIP to one of my oldest and dearest friends. He's gone now, Dwayne Taylor from Soundview. That was my guy, man. That was my guy. We used to be up in Soundview Projects. He was into that Calypso, Mighty Sparrow shit. I'm doing too much. Florida Boy J, are you there? Big nigga. Late night.
Nigger.
Let's go.
Listen, dog. We got it. We got to get the beanies out of here. We got to get the plantation pimps up out of here. It's time to go. Street Machine, FBA, stand up.
Right.
We got to put our foot on these niggas' necks. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm tired of these niggas talking about they created hip hop.
Right.
That's like saying the nigga at Walmart who stocked the produce built Walmart.
Right.
Nigga, no, you didn't. No, you didn't. Stop it. Stop it. You stocked groceries. That's like these niggas walking around here smoking weed on break and sleeping in the warehouse saying they built Amazon. Stop it.
Right.
Stop it.
Right.
You coming out.
That's like a Puerto Rican who smoked crack back in the days. That doesn't mean you brought it over here. You just smoked crack.
Yeah. Just because you got high around the niggas in the 80s didn't mean you built nothing going on. Niggas let you come around, didn't put hands on you. Now you're coming out 30 years later saying you built something.
Fuck
Niggas chill. Tariq Nasheed. Yeah. And you know they love to throw that picture of the two Hispanic adolescents posted up with their Adidas on. I guess they built that. That picture alone shows us y'all was there on the sidewalk. Stop it. All right. Tariq Nasheed called the real niggas. They everybody likes to start hip hop in '79. Tariq said no. Let's back it up to '73. Let's back it up to before everybody knew about it. Let's talk to the real stuff.
Back it up to the 40s. Back it up to the 40s. Okay.
Even the 40s.
Okay. Hang on. And if you want to talk modern hip hop, then you have to look at the Fatback Band. I was in that little house parties dancing King Tim III. Okay. If you really want to talk, modern hip hop, go ahead. That's before your time, I'm sure.
Yeah. And I don't want none of these, like I said, these Caribbean. I got love for people, but this is where we got to stop. This is where we got to get a little xenophobic. We got to get a little nationalist and remind them, listen, like you said, dog, nobody was bumping no reggae music. Nobody was bumping no dance hall. Nobody was bumping no Puerto Rican music. I mean, Spike Lee gave you a prime example on Do the Right Thing. You know what I'm saying? They was sitting around listening to their music. We was listening to ours. Now that it's a bag, you got Fat Joe around here speaking propaganda with the Beijing on his face.
Oh my goodness.
Now you want to talk about you built something. Stop it. This is Black American. Treating she's putting his foot on y'all necks, and y'all can't stand it. Y'all trying to figure out how y'all gonna find it. Crazy Legs is niggas explaining. You got all your Puerto Ricans and Busta Rhymes supporters coming out here trying to nigga explain, but you can't do it. The history's hit the street.
Now, hang on a second, Florida Boy Jay. Crazy Legs called into the show a couple of months ago, and salute to him, man. He's always been respectful to me. I used to go to the Rocksteady parties years ago. He admitted on this show, so let's not kick his back. And I mean, he was pulling out his tool sober, but that he admitted, he owned up to that. Crazy Legs said that the early days of breakdancing, that was that Moreno style. He said that, so let's not kick his back in. Fat Joe is saying something totally different, and we get it, what he's doing. Fat Joe's an entertainer. He's not a gangster. He's not a killer. I've never even heard about him putting up his dick beaters one-on-one. So never mind, Fat Joe. Let's talk about this trailer. Did you see it? What are your thoughts, Florida Boy Jay?
Absolutely. I love the trailer. I love, like I said, the fact that Tariq Nasheed didn't go out and get all the people who you normally see on these hip-hop documentaries who, get the bag to say whatever they want. He went to the real founders, the real architects, the people who constructed the game, and a lot of those guys and females didn't get the bag. They weren't recognized when hip-hop popped off, you know what I'm saying? And they laid the groundwork, and they never get interviews. We never hear about them. Half those people I've heard about, but I've never seen speak before on the topic. So for the fact that Tariq Nasheed went out and put the money towards his project and is about to launch this is monumental for our culture as Black Americans and hip-hop during this 50 years.
Did you donate, Florida Boy Jay? They need you, man. If you didn't donate yet.
Oh, come on, man. FBA's got to donate to FBA's. Don't play with me because you know your boy. You know your boy's pockets. I'm going to make sure FBA's is lined up.
Okay.
Pimping and grifting.
I didn't mean to come at you sideways because you donate to this machine and you're not even a sponsor. Sometimes I say, look, man, you don't have to keep donating. Just call in, promote yourself, and help me with these topics. Yeah, man. So when does the actual film drop? Do you know? I'm combing through all the notes here.
I don't have the official date on. I can look it up for you because I didn't
It's okay.
Remember
If you don't
off
have
top
it,
of my-
it's okay. We're promoting the trailer right now. MC Sharrock. She still looks beautiful, huh? Salute to the first graffiti.
Of course.
The first graffiti artist, Cornbread. Was Cornbread? Was he? Was his name, his likeness used in the classic film Cornbread Earl and Me? I saw that in the movie theaters in Plainfield, New Jersey. They killed Cornbread. That was Lawrence Fishburne, one of his earlier roles, and the guy who played on the Lakers. I forget his name at the time. Maybe Jamal Wilkes. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just saying, didn't Cornbread, didn't the movie come out before the graffiti artist?
I'm not
Or
sure.
after?
I'm
Okay, cool.
Coming
And
through all this, man.
another topic you had is dining and dashing reparations.
Oh my
And
goodness! Come on.
Hell no. And this is why you niggas never get good service. This is why when you niggers walk into restaurants, white service staff moans and groans. They go, oh, here come the niggas. Because see, y'all niggas think just because your auntie and them ate the kitchen, every time you go in any 3-star restaurant, you get to show your ass and act extra and dine and dash and leave. You're doing too much. That is not your reparations. That is somebody's job. You want reparations? Go fight for it in a tangible way. Stop trying to get your little petty nigga pennies by going out and giving people a hard time and dining and dashing like you're supposed to get some type of a benefit from that. That's what's wrong with niggas. Niggas don't want to fight for real reparations, so you want to get your own individual reparations throughout your lives, and all it does is put another stain on niggers. So stop it and pay for your food and tip well, because niggas never want to tip. And now we got to niggas like me and Star got, I don't know why Star, but niggas like me, since I got to over tip just to break the stereotype of you bum ass niggas. So stop it.
Okay, now hang on. Stay with me. Now, I have to be honest, and the reason why I'm approaching this topic tonight, Florida Boy J, is because I watched the video. I'm not sure if you saw 20 people. I think this was Houston, Texas. I need the information, if anybody has it. Ran out of some type of, walked out of a restaurant. They didn't want to pay for the meal, something to do with the gratuity price. And one of the women, she was on that Chiquizia Clemens shit talking about, I'll shoot this motherfucker up. And here I am, filing disputes with regards to things that I purchase. Sometimes a meal, if the meal was trash, if my stomach starts, if I get bubble guts or some shit like that, I fucking file a dispute. So I'm on that nigga shit too. So now you're saying it's not a form of reparations. It's just black people being ignorant. Yes, that's what you're saying.
Yes. I will double down on that. Is ignorant niggers, and I think white people should start having special rules for blacks, especially blacks in groups when they come to restaurants. You come in, you're looking dusty, you're under a certain age. Let's pat you down and check your pockets. Let's check your cash apps and Zelle. Let's see if you got money before you sit your black ass down here, because what we're not going to do is take some type of profit loss because you want to get $20 reparations on snow crab legs, knowing damn well you ain't got no snow crab leg money. Champagne case with beer pocketbook is the destruction of niggas, and I think we need to have new rules in restaurants to curtail these niggers doing too much.
Okay, hey man, I appreciate you calling in. What's popping on your channel, Florida Boy J, please?
Hey, Star, we did another episode that Friday night. We did the Drake album review. That went big. We've literally been breaking records as far as my numbers this month. We've already got over 57,000 views. 7 days into the month, we got 14,000 views Friday, 12,000 views yesterday.
Nice.
We just surpassed 3,700 subscribers. We're at 3,719 now. 74 subscribers this month already. So go to Florida Boy J on YouTube. Start going to see my last episode. You guys have a wonderful night. I just want to thank everybody for helping my channel grow the way it's grown the last couple months, man.
Thank you, man. Good to hear from you. Thank you, Florida Boy J.
Absolutely.
All right. Give me a second, guys. I'm coming to Cash App shortly. And folks, on the top of my live chat, if you donate via PayPal, you can get 50% off on 30-day promos, okay? But you have to donate $100, no less than $100. You can get 30 days promo. If you donate $100, via PayPal, the top of the live chat. Okay, hold on a second. Okay, here we go. I'm sorry, I had to do something here. Derek's, I got your donation. Derek, you're on suspension tonight. That last show that you and Rory did was so vulgar. That was vile, Derek. And I keep telling you, man, you got to watch the language, man. I appreciate you, but, not tonight, man, because we got that situation over there in Gaza music. Code word, Gaza music. I can't trust you tonight, man. GL got your donation. Where's GL? GL, you're up next. Sit tight. Sit tight, GL. Okay. Okay. Hey, Pamela, thank you for your support as always. Pamela, I urge you to go watch that film. It's called Fair Play. Watch it with your boyfriend or your husband and watch his reaction. I watched it on the Free Movie website. It caught me off guard. It really picked up some good traction. And then towards the end, whoa! There's a part in this film, Fair Play, where the guy does some real simp shit. Oh my goodness. He goes in to talk about wanting to get a job or the promotion, and he just clowned himself. And I said, yo, I found myself damn near rooting for the bitch. Thank you for your donation, okay? Hey, Rita got your donation. Rita says, ADOS, Tone and Yvette are good. ADOSfoundation.org. Okay, thank you, Rita. But now, Rita, do you want to call in and educate me? I'll let you speak. I won't talk sideways. I have what is this? The press release that Dana sent me. ADOS, Advocacy Foundation. ADOS Foundation addresses disinvitation of President Yvette Carnell from the National Reparations Convention in Atlanta. Deeply disappointed to announce the disinvitation. We were informed this morning by the convention's coordinator that due to concerns raised by several panelists, Ms. Carroll would no longer be welcomed at the dam. Rita, can you call in? Where's my email address? Just say, Star, I'm on the line. Let me set the record straight. I'll let you speak. I won't say anything, to throw you off. You sent money in. I appreciate you, Rita. But I got the press release. If I had to guess, she was trying to align herself with, some of these non-FBA people, non-ADOS people, and they became, bothered by her rhetoric? Troll Babies, was Tariq Nasheed speaking facts when he said, we have no allies? You're either with us or against us. Was he speaking facts? Anyway, Rita, I thank you for your donation, but it looks to me like she was trying to get a bag, She was trying to get a bag, and they pulled the rug from up under her feet, and now what? Now she's coming back to talk to the streets? 770, is that GL? Good evening, thank you for your support. 770.
Good evening, Star.
How are you, sir?
This conversation in regards to hip hop is a very serious one, man. It is a true American art form. It must be gate kept and protected at all costs.
Let's go.
Similar to rock and roll, which is fucking blues, and jazz. It's being co-opted. The original founders are Black Americans, and they should be able to eat off this art form for the rest of their lives. To see these founders, living in low-income housing and really having nothing to show for it is despicable.
Okay.
And it's being co-opted right in front of our eyes. Hip-hop sets trends throughout the world.
Yeah.
And people realize that the money, the billions upon billions of dollars is being generated by it. Mm-hmm. And we have these Johnny-come-lately saying that they have ownership of it. It's bullshit. Mm-hmm. But I challenge the founders and Black Americans to band together and make sure they have ownership of this. Their children's children should be eating off this stuff. You know, when I see like a Rakim or, you know, you want one of the old school brothers just not living the way he should be living, that shit pains me.
Okay.
When we have like a Machine Gun Kelly or an Eminem or something like that, multi-millionaires. Why? Why do we allow that?
Well, now I've spoken about this before, especially when I was on the radio, terrestrial radio back in the days. Pardon me. You know, there was no business classes. There was no real wellspring of knowledge with regards to the formation of this one-time culture. It has now morphed into a genre. It has become antiquated. So we can't just blame them. You know, they didn't know.
I don't blame.
Hang on. Let me just speak, sir. Let me speak, sir. I let you speak. Let me speak.
Sure.
We can't blame them. You know, they were teenagers. They weren't like in their mid-20s or their 30s. They were teenagers. So when you had CBS and ABC coming to the projects to film them, oh, what is this thing called hip-hop? You had young kids who were just kind of like, you know, thrown off by a goddamn microphone and a camera in their faces. So they're showing what they're doing. They didn't know that they would be exploited and manipulated for decades and decades and decades. On top of that, you had the most violent, vicious drug of choice, cocaine. So I think it's a great time right now for this film to educate the masses. And I really want to hammer something home this evening. Why don't you want Black people to get credit for what they created? Never mind who says it started when, where, or what part they played.
Absolutely.
What significant role they had. Who gives a fuck? Why don't you want foundational Black Americans, if that's the title of choice, why don't you want them to have credit? Please.
Because they don't want them to have power. That's what it all comes down to. Money is power. But we're so tribalistic in our small myopic view that we allow people into our homes, steal our shit, and then walk off with it. We're too welcoming because we can't band together. Yeah. So I will concede the point in regards to back in the day, but what are we doing today? Yeah. Are you telling me Tariq Nasheed is the person that is struck the match for this to move forward? This should have happened. Every art form we've ever created has been taken from us, from food, music, entertainment, you name it. We've been exploited, and we end up with nothing but stories. And it's sad. You cannot allow people to take your shit. You have to stand up and fight for yourself, or they will continue to take it. And they do it because they know they can get it.
If I can respond to what you just said, sir, I'm enjoying the conversation. I'm okay with Tariq Nasheed being the guy to light the fuse.
I am.
Hang on. I'm okay with Tariq Nasheed being the guy who lit the fuse and who's going 10 toes down, balls deep. Malcolm X was a pimp, a drug user. Martin Luther King, a man of the cloth, yes, but he was smashing pink toes. Coretta Scott King knew what he was doing, huh?
I get it, but it's just
the Nation of Islam was all that goofy shit they were doing, laying niggas down Soul Brothers style. I'm okay.
Everybody fucks.
I'm okay. So watch the language. You're doing good, but watch the F-bombs, please. Come on.
Understood.
Okay. I'm okay with Tariq Nasheed. I mean, to my knowledge, he's never been arrested for tax evasion, beating on bitches, armed robbery. You know, the man's got a goddamn museum. He does work. I'm okay with him spearheading, especially by way of today's social media, what's going on right now, and the acknowledgement that foundational Black Americans created hip-hop. I'll let you finish it.
Created it. Absolutely 100%. And my beef is not with Tariq. He's a great brother. My beef is that it's taken this long for this conversation to be had.
Okay.
Because we have no ownership in that game at all. Okay. None. In terms of exploiting, we exploit our own people as well, and that stuff has to stop. Because
I don't know if it's going to stop, sir, but now, maybe we need
well,
to.
I mean, you need to stand up, and we need to get that business acumen that we don't currently have.
Now, you sound like a knowledgeable man, sir. Before you go, can I ask you a question? Is Dine and Dash a form of reparations? It's just out of control, yes?
Come on, bro. I mean, that's niggerism 101 right there, man. But that's a form of, this stuff being co-opted. And I guarantee you those are some Caribbean folks that did that joint too.
No, sir, that's everybody. Sir. I'm half Neapolitan, half African American. I'm on that nigga shit sometimes, sir. Are you?
Yeah, no, man.
Sir. Are you gonna say that you've never taken something back to Bloomingdale's or Macy's, knowing good and
absolutely 100%,
knowing good and goddamn well you wore it and you just wanted to take it back to get your money back after you wore it, after you were flexing wherever, however you did that, right?
But yes, I have. But the difference between Dine and Dashing is someone could get seriously hurt, maybe be unalived. Those that becomes a serious situation. Then you had
nobody will get hurt. Let me just walk out. Don't touch me. Hang on. Don't touch me. All
black patrons,
sir. All this shit is insured. Don't touch me because then I'll have to clap your dumb ass. Don't touch me.
It happens.
It
happens. It happens.
Who the fuck is you, a hero? Pow!
and for your last caller to say that white people need to police black patrons. That's BS. We need to police our own people. Okay. White people don't need to police us. If people are not doing the right thing, we need to check them. Okay. As simple as that.
I appreciate the call, sir. Thank you. Thank you for your support. Thank you.
Thank you.
I know that's a crazy showrunner. Is Dine and Dash a form of reparations? I didn't want to put what's going on over in the Middle East in the showrunner. Hamas. Ooh. Are you guys up to speed on what the Wall Street Journal is reporting? Iran is behind it. Call in if you like, but just remember to make reference to it by a code name. Gaza Music. Speaking of Gaza music, dance hall was inspired by hip hop. I was there. I was in the dance hall clubs in the early 80s. Long before you guys started doing the bogle. We were doing the belly rub and some other type of dances, banging on the wall. I was back in the Super Cat days. Prior to the dance hall wave, niggas was into reggae. Talking that Rastafari stuff, huh? Can I get an amen in the live chat if anybody is, from my era, right? Super Cat and the rest of them niggas came around and then everybody's talking that gangster shit. Following behind hip hop, huh? So much to the point where, fast forward, you had the Gaza Music and the Portmore Empire, Movado and Vibes Cartel, all them niggas beefing. Sadly, that's the influence of hip hop, rap music. Reggae artists weren't beefing like that back in the days, and niggas was, running around with chew sticks and, focus on other shit. They started saying that, beefing is where the bag was. I'm just trying to give you some context here, Marcy got your donation, and Marcy says, thank you, Star, from... okay, Marcy, are you calling in? If not, I got your information. Well, I had your information on the screen. Hold on a second. Hold on. I'm doing a lot right now. Where is Cousin Marcy's? I know I was promoting her earlier, her candles. Marcy, have you been seeing sales? John Flowers and others, they send me screenshots. They've been purchasing, or so they claim, candles. Guys, on the screen right now, there it is. Purchase anything no less than $20. I'll give you 2 weeks free promotion on the Star Report. There's the URL. Okay, that's Cousin Marcy's daughter's platform. They're selling the candles and the I think they have do they have bath bombs and stuff like that? Thank you, Marcy. I got your donation, darling. Okay, Purvis, where's Purvis? He says 4 for the Jets winning today. Oh, Purvis, call in, break it down. Who'd you beat? Which trash team did the Jets beat, Purvis? Elvis, the Chef Rosenberg. Where is Elvis? Hang on a second. There he is. Mr. Rosenberg, Sunday evening. Thank you for your support, sir. What do you want to tap in?
Big Elvis, the Chef Rosenberg. I am here, Star.
Yeah.
I first want to say that dying and dashing is not reparations because the server usually has to pay for whoever dine and dashes. So you're making the little guy, it's not like the owner of the business is going to suffer from this. It's going to be the little guy, just like the person who they're running from. So the runners are now making the small guy in the restaurant suffer. So I'm definitely against the dining and dashing.
Okay, now you yourself, you've been a business owner for decades and restaurants. Yes, you pizza parlors and things like that and other things, yes?
Yes.
Okay. Is it fair to say that a large amount of eateries, restaurants in the U.S. include the gratuity in the check,
yes,
and then the waiter or waitress does not inform the people who just purchased the food, who already paid for the tip in the gratuity, and then put another tip on top of that? Is it fair to say that most business establishments do not inform those people that they're tipping twice?
Right, yes. That happens all the time. All the time. My family and I go to this place called the one.
Don't say the name. Don't say the name. I'm not looking to get sued.
Okay.
I'm not looking to get sued.
Right,
Go ahead.
right.
Go ahead.
Well, this particular place that we go to, there's people always, every other time we're there, there's people flipping on the staff. Y'all y'all making me, you charged me gratuity, you didn't tell me, and now I tipped on top of it, now I'm realizing you got it. So they like start flipping out and they just smile and say, oh, we sorry, but they do it on purpose. Yes, tons of people do that.
Right.
You
Right.
know, and it's not really black spots that do that though. It's not a black thing that double tips like that does the gratuity without telling you. It's usually, anyway, the Asian persuasion. Let me just say that.
Okay.
They're down for that.
Okay.
That fuckery and that trickery.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if we can move on to the hip hop,
Go ahead.
I said this before. The Puerto Rican was nothing but the secret weapon in hip hop coming up. It was never the creators. So I've said that on this show months and months ago. But people need to recognize the reality. It wasn't. The Jamaican guy just had the speakers and the turntables. Let's keep it real. Let's not play that game. And the Puerto Rican just had a couple of extra secret dance moves, and he came out where nobody knew he was coming in to pop, lock, and rock it and do the spray paint. It was all the secret weapons, So ADOS, FBA, they have that truly locked down, and provably, of course.
We've got love for the Puerto Ricans, you wanna be down. Okay, well just get in the background. You go ahead and get on the turntables, try and figure it out. I'm on this microphone, MC used to stand for microphone controller, master of ceremonies. Have you ever heard of a Puerto Rican that was a full-fledged MC? Even Fat Joe has trash bars. Trash! Trash! I'm going there tonight. Let's go, Elvis. Trash bars.
Wow.
Trash bars.
Okay. They should have called me on robbery, extortion, or maybe grand larceny. That was the best slide he ever had. I did, but and then I was gonna talk about that new record label over there. It's called the Gaza Music. Oh man, 3,000 hits last night. It was popping over there. I look at it and I try.
Hang on a second, Elvis. Before you go, I have a theory. I have a theory. It's just a theory. I have a theory that Big Pun was actually Dominican. I have Troll Babies. I have a theory that Big Pun was Dominican, and they've been putting the Puerto Rican tag on him. I have a theory.
Wow.
Big Pun was a nigger. He was a nigger. Fat Joe is just a big fucking burrito eating Puerto Rican. Troll Babies was a Big Pun, a Dominican. I don't think he was Puerto Rican. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm on one. I'm sipping. I'm doing too much. Go ahead.
You heard it here first. You heard it here first, because it wasn't cool to be Dominican when Big Pun was around. That's a fact. So
Big Pun was from Soundview. If memory serves me correct, that was all niggas in Soundview. It wasn't from Soundview.
Right.
He wasn't from fucking Fordham Road. From Soundview. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, he was off that Cross Bronx.
Right. He's a nigger. He's a nigger for real. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. He wasn't off the Bruckner with the other Hispanics. He wasn't off the Bruckner. He was off the Cross Bronx.
Right. He wasn't from Pelham Parkway. He was from Soundview.
Right.
With all those fucking gangster killers. I'm sorry. Go. I'm wild.
He wasn't from Drozneck. No. He wasn't from Drozneck.
No.
Where the Puerto Rican cops live.
Yeah. Ooh. Go ahead.
Yeah, you know that. Drozneck, the Puerto Rican cops love Drozneck with all those landfills. Blocks all wavy, dropping and collapsing everywhere, but I digress.
Okay.
I was going to talk about that Gaza Music and the 3,000 hits.
Okay, easy. Take it easy. Let's say the situation in Portmore, even though it's not Portmore, just don't say those keywords that are going to be a trouble for my monetization. Go ahead, Elvis.
Right.
You have the floor. Go ahead.
Well, can I just tell you how I described it to my kids?
Please.
Because I got my dispensary out there in Red Hook.
Nice.
So they got the projects out there, and I'm pointing to the projects, and I'm showing them there's like an east and a west side of the projects. And I'm like, just imagine if this project took over this project, and then they put a fence around the project and say you couldn't come back in. Mm-hmm. And then they set up all this surveillance and all this technology, some of the best technology in the world. So allegedly, right? Allegedly, they have the best version of the Alphabet Boys over there in the world, but they were able to get in. And I said it's like the Bloods and the Crips.
Okay.
It's like Bloods and the Crips. You only know the difference between them is because of their colors. Other than that, they look exactly the same. These are people that look exactly the same. There's nothing different about them. They're damn near brothers and sisters. But you put a fence around them, and then you create all this technology to stop them, and somehow they made it in. And you only need a small group of people that will push back, and these things happen. I mean, and we're talking about the most sophisticated police force in the world. The most sophisticated technology in the world. They had gate technology as soon as it came out, where they could just tell by the way you walk if you did a crime 10, 15 years ago. So this just shows that people that are determined to get a hit record out there and want to put down those hits, they will get in, and they will shake and pop.
If I can ask you a question, Big Elvis the Chef, Wall Street Journal is reporting that Iran is behind what's going on in
Right.
Gaza
Of
music.
course, somebody got to fund it. Somebody got to pay for those hot things, for those 50 cal things. All I'm saying is just that we have to remember that we here, the big record companies on the west side of the world just finished giving them $4 billion. And they said they're going to do whatever they want with that $4 billion. They helped out the small record labels to come up and get in there and make it pop.
Gotcha. Hey, before you go, have you ever heard of this film called Fair Play? I watched this yesterday. I know you're a film.
No, I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it tonight. I'm gonna hit you up for the link.
Holy
later.
Smokes, Elvis! Watch this film with wifey.
Wifey can't watch no movies. My wife don't watch movies. She falls asleep in the first 15 minutes.
Yo, this film picked up traction, and then it got like really, really tense. You know, and I popped for Motrin. I took a nap for like 30 minutes, woke up and finished watching that shit. It was a good film. It's called Fair Play. It's a good film.
Yeah, I'm gonna email you later.
Okay.
I'm gonna email you later for that thing. Of course. Okay. And of course I will always send a donation. You know how I do.
I appreciate you, sir. Have a good night. Thank you.
I appreciate you, Star. Great show. You know, I haven't been calling lately, but I'm listening all the time. And, every show I'm trying to put a donation down.
Thank you, man.
You know how that goes. And
thank you, Elvis.
Let me plug my show. Can
Absolutely.
I plug my show?
Absolutely.
That's Premium Black News, Wednesday nights. I got Ulrich, the educator, with me, and we're still doing shows every Wednesday. Tune in. Subscribe, tell a friend, and share. That's Big Elvis and Chef Rosenberg on YouTube, or you can just type up Premium Black News and it will pop up.
Thank you.
Peace.
Okay, peace. Star Report back in the building. Sunday evening, late night. Okay, we're talking about the new documentary. The trailer is out. Okay, it's called Microphone Check, The Hidden History of Hip Hop. Directed and produced by Mr. Tariq Nasheed, a.k.a. King Flex. I urge you to not only see it, but to also make a contribution. There is a Kickstarter campaign, all right? It looks great, off the rip. Looks great. And, again, salute to Grandmaster Caz. You know, that's the homie, man. He's on code now. And I say that with all due respect because he's a very kind human being. He always has been. Always has been, and it's nice to acknowledge other people that, assisted. It doesn't mean that they were architects themselves, but they assisted. I don't want to waste time on those other people and their claims and their fucking gripes and grievances. Again, why do you not want African Americans to get their credit? Why do you not want that? Huh? That's the real question. Lisa, I got your other donation. Thank you so much. Food, Peace, and Self-Care got you donation. Big up Gaza music. Badman Ting. You done know. Mash up Babylon. All right, area code 510. You're tapping in. Good evening. 510, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
How are you, sir?
Good evening, Star.
How are you, man? It's cracking.
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
I'm alive, sir. People are dying every day. I'm almost 60. I'm alive. Where do you want to start?
Well, I want to talk about the reparations. I've been listening to the show for a long time, and I've, fortunately enough, like you said, been alive long enough to hear how it really started. I mean, reparations was always kind of in the background, kind of always thought to be, I don't know, yeah, like a pipe dream, and then now to even hear it in the zeitgeist in terms of the national conversation, that's a great thing. But we have to be real. There will never ever be reparations for anything Europeans don't pay reparations to property. They pay reparations to property owners, but not property. Let's see. As an example, you see the indemnity to France. France forced the Haitians to pay for their freedom. So, if anything, they're probably thinking we owe them money as opposed to the other way. Actually, the southern slaveholders were actually.
Well, sir, whom I ask are we speaking to? I mean, I hear you talking. Have you ever donated to this machine? Why should we believe anything you're saying? Who are you?
Well, I spent a lot of years in the academy. I was a former grade school teacher. So I have done some. In terms of this show, I haven't donated to this show specifically, but I have donated to.
So why should we care what you're saying? I heard you say pipe dream. It's not a pipe dream, sir. A reality, is here. It's upon us. A wrong, an injustice needs to be rectified. Would you not agree? Or what is your ethnic makeup? You're saying pipe dream.
I'm black. I'm Black American.
Okay.
I'm Black American. Okay. So I am I am FBA or ADOS, however you want to term. I was just talking about the whole from at least from my political awareness. Reparations has always kind of been talked about as something, something within the black community that we all agreed that should be paid, but in terms of the national political conversation, it never was. I mean, it would get breached time to time from black political candidates.
Do you vote, sir? Do you vote?
Some attention.
Do you vote?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
You said you're a long-time listener, viewer of this show, but yet you've never donated.
Well, actually, I was donating. Well, excuse me. I've been watching. I lived overseas for a long time, unfortunately, the countries that I lived in, they didn't have direct.
Well, sir, people from Cucamonga donate to my show. Not that I'm hurting for anything, but you've never donated, and you're talking all this, all this hot shit, and like as if we're supposed to fucking believe
the countries that I've lived in.
Sir, you could be a grifter. You could be a grifter and a bone smuggler. I don't know you. What are you talking about?
Well, I'll tell you specifically. The country that I lived in, Indonesia, PayPal is banned, Cash App is banned because they have their own pay systems that they use internally, but they don't.
Well, sir, I ban broke niggas. Are you broke? You broke? You sound broke.
No, I'm not broke. I'm not broke.
Well, okay, we'll get a donation here and get back to me. Cash App and this and that is banned. Talking all this highfalutin shit like you one of them boule niggas. It's a pipe dream, man. Well, dream your ass on down the road. Fuck out of here. Hold on a second. Wait a minute. Wait. Is that Lisa? 914. Area code 914.
Hey, Star. Hey, how are you?
Hey. What's cracking, girl? What's cracking?
I just wanted to say, I'm about 58 years old, and I can remember being in the Bronx, going to the block parties and stuff. Mm-hmm. And all I want to say is that the Hispanic people used to be in the same park on the other side, and they used to have to steal drums. So, no, they didn't invent anything. They didn't invent what we had going on at all. Not at all. No. So I'm just saying from a person that was there and saw it myself, not to say anything against them neither, but my thing is that I still don't understand how this riff is coming about. I really don't understand it because, no, they weren't there. And no, my brothers and sisters from the diaspora, they weren't there. Right. Sorry. Right.
Now, hang on a second, Lisa. You spend Skrilla. I know we've spoken before. They were in the slums. Yes, they were there because they got their nigga wake-up call back in the 50s, right? You said you're 58.
Right, but what I'm saying to you is that when I was at the block parties...
No, I got you loud and clear. No, I got you. But listen, I'm going way back. Back into time. Hang on. I'm going back. Lisa, I'm feeling you. I'm going back. What year did West Side Story come out? Let's go back, girl. Let's go back. Maria, I've just met a girl named Maria.
Wasn't that the 50?
Hang on, West. I think it was 60.
Wasn't that the 50?
No. I think it was 61 or 62. West Side. Stay with me.
Whatever it was, sir, at the end of the day, all I'm simply trying to say is that where I was at, in the Bronx, they weren't there. They were in the vicinity, don't get me wrong, but they were not there participating in what we were doing. That's all I'm saying.
I'm agreeing with you. Lisa, we're not arguing. I'm trying to give context.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to give context to what you're saying. You're 58, seasoned coochie. I got you.
You know what? You don't take on my coochie no damn going more. You going to make me just have to just knock you out.
Hold on. 1961. Right? Here we go. West Side Story. This was the goddamn big Academy Award winning film. You remember this, right? Natalie Wood. Rita Moreno.
Okay.
Right?
Okay. Yes. Okay.
That's when white people let all the Puerto Ricans and the Hispanics know. No, you're not white. Remember? Boy, crazy boy.
Oh, yeah.
Get
you know
cool,
what? You're
boy.
right. You're right. But at the end of the day, that's not a fucking movie I would watch anyway. It didn't do anything for me.
Lisa, I gotta go. Thank you, babe. Listen, well, why is she arguing? What are you arguing for? I'm giving you props. The fuck is she arguing for? With all that contention and 1961, folks. Natalie Wood. She played Maria. They wouldn't even let a Puerto Rican play the starring role. Hollywood. That was the nigga wake-up call to the Puerto Ricans. Boy, crazy boy. Get cool, boy. Remember the Jets? If you're old, you know. That was the white gang. And let them know, you're not white. You stays over there. And what was his name? The guy that was trying to smash Maria. I've just met a girl named Maria. I'll never be the same. It's a monumental film. So they had no choice but to intertwine with the blacks. They had no fucking choice. Jesus Christ. Okay, is Rita on the line? Rita Spencer. Where's Rita? I don't see you, Rita. I see 586. I don't see 510. 586, you there? Good evening. 586.
What's going on, Star?
Yes, sir. Thank you for your patience. We're talking about this new documentary, Microphone Check. Are you up to speed, sir?
Yeah, man. You got all these other races of people coming out of the woodwork talking about they started hip hop and all this crazy shit. It's really blasphemous, you know, if you ask me.
So did you see the trailer? We're not even focusing on the haters. Did you see the trailer?
I didn't catch the trailer.
Let's get you the fuck out of here. What are you calling me for, man? Well, watch the trailer, man. It's in the goddamn community section. Watch the fucking trailer. Sheesh. Area code 678. Good evening. Let's get that person out of here. Hold on. Area code 973. No, pardon me. 212. Good evening, 212. Late night. Yes, no, maybe. 212. If not, I have to go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. 340. We're talking about the new documentary. The trailer's out. Microphone check. Are you there? Are you ready? 340.
Hey, good evening.
Yes, sir.
Good evening, sir. What's up? 105.1 fam checking in. What's up?
How are you, sir? What's cracking?
I'm good, man. Respect. Hey, I was calling to chime in on the Dine and Dash, man.
Who? Oh, Dine and Dash.
Dine and Dash. Yeah. No, I don't agree with it, right? But I had to do it myself at one time. You know what I'm saying? I was with my wife, right? And she was pregnant at the time.
Ooh.
We went to some sort of Hispanic restaurant, right?
Yeah.
You know, I already didn't want to go because I don't like how they cook or whatever. But she wanted some from there, so fine. Go, we sit down, we order our food, we get to eating. A big rat starts running around, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Turn around and the
regular shit.
Everybody's getting up.
Regular shit.
Yeah, so get up and I leave, you know what I'm saying? I get up. I ate some of the food from before the rat came, but we got up and we got out of there, man. That was a special situation, but you know, when you go to somewhere and the service is good and the food is good, you shouldn't do that, man. That's not cool.
Well, now listen.
Definitely not reparation.
Well, listen. I'm doing too much. I know. I'm making a reach reparations, but some chick from Black Lives Matter a couple of years ago, they were turning up somewhere. I forget where it was, and she was saying, "No, this is a form of reparations." They were like burning up auto zones and shit like that. And then you had Tamika Mallory. She came in the fly ass new the Cadillac. She's got a Cadillac endorsement deal. And they were talking about, yeah, burn all that shit down, you know, and they were saying that the looting was a form of reparations. That's what I'm asking.
You know, those are the worst of us, man. When I say us, I guess I mean black people. Those are the worst. Those people are the worst of us, man. I'm saying they're the ones that get all the screen time, and then they give everybody else in the world the impression that we're like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so.
What do you mean? The Tamika Mallorys? Who are you talking about? Tamika Mallorys?
The Black Lives Matter people. You know what I'm saying? Saying that this is reparations, burn it down, and all of this. That's not cool. Right. Yeah, that's not cool, man.
Oh.
I don't agree with it. It's not reparations. It's just nigger stuff. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to pay. You probably had the money in the first place. When it comes to the looting, it's just people trying to get free stuff. It's nothing. No, it's nothing scientific about it. It's just, worst of us.
Can I throw you a curveball, sir? I'm sipping. It's late night. I might do an extended show. Can I throw you a curveball?
Let's go.
Would it be fair to say that the founding fathers of America were niggers? We're niggers.
Founding fathers. Perhaps, man, to a degree.
They were let out of the gallows and the jails of the UK.
Yes.
You know, a lot of criminals. Hang on a second. Hang on. Criminals, rapists, robbers, the undesirables. You know, they cleaned out the jails and then undesirables, and then they found themselves on the ships. You know, heading to wherever. And they landed here. Swindlers, thieves, con men, disease-ridden, prostitutes.
Right.
You know, and They wanted to live their own lives, you know, taxation without representation. However, I forget how that term goes. Represent without taxation or something.
No taxation without representation.
There you go. No taxation. Right? Yeah, forget. You know, niggers.
Yeah, to a certain degree.
They didn't want to pay the taxes. They want to pay taxes.
What they created
back in the UK,
what they helped create, what they started, man, it panned out to be something kind of beautiful, man. You know, I can't hate on the West, man. It's pretty cool what they did, you know.
They chose a land where they could practice all sorts of fuckery, all sorts of bestiality, incest. Witchcraft, sorcery, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And here we are, man. Here we are.
And here we are.
Still with the BS.
So
Yeah,
what?
man.
So what if Shanika and Daquan and a couple of other people go into a fucking an Arby's or a what do they call that shit? Fridays something? What do you call that Fridays restaurant? I forget.
TGI.
TGIF. See, so
TGI
what if,
Fridays.
so what if they go in there and order some of that bullshit food and decide, hey, I ain't paying for this shit. I'm out of here. And walk out. So what? So
Hey, I guess they're following suit, man.
yeah,
Following suit.
it's not like they enslaved a bunch of fucking people from Nicaragua or these other places. However you say that shit. I don't want to pay for this shit. Fuck out of here.
Right. Right.
I thank you for the call, man.
Yeah, man. Hey, I'm the one.
I'm sorry.
I'm the one sent in the PayPal earlier.
Thank you,
Saying
man.
thanks, you know what I'm saying? Thanks for the beautiful art form, man. I love hip hop.
Thank you, man.
That's all. That goes for y'all. That's for the Yankees.
Yes, sir.
That's all to the Yankees.
Thank you. Salute. Thank you, sir.
Say.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Respect. Say.
Christian, I got your donation star. Let's not forget that Desi Arnaz was married to Lucille Ball. Yeah, in real life. And on the show, they had separate beds. Talk about. Well, sir, I agree with having separate beds. That was a big thing back in the 50s. You know, married couples had twin beds. I agree. Listen, I've had girlfriends where hey, when they come over, here's a bedroom for you. I'm sleeping over here. I mean, we smash, but I don't want to fucking, I don't want to do that whole boot up thing. The pretzel are all intertwined when I'm sleeping. Fuck out of here. Go in that bed over there. I'm cool with the separate beds. Rita, is that you? Area code 510. Thank you for your support. Rita, good evening, good evening, good evening.
What's going on, Star? Can you hear me good?
I can hear you. How are you? Thank you for your patience. Where do you want to start?
I'm good. I'm just calling in because, what's your word that you like to use? Reckless? I'm not going to say you've been reckless about ADOS, but just in the shows, probably in the past year or two that I've listened to your show, every time you mention ADOS or Yvette or Tone, it's almost like you do a little bit of research, but you don't do all of the research. You don't go all the way to find out what's really going on. You know what I mean? Or no?
I want you to speak and then I'll respond. I said if you call in, I'll let you speak. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. Well, let's just talk about, the reparations panel event that everybody's talking about right now, the National Reparations event. So, hold on. I'm going to send you an email right now, but I'm going to read.
No. Hang on. Rita.
Huh?
No, you don't have to send me anything. Truthfully, I have so much research and notes in front of me when I do my shows. This is the objective perspective. See that? So I'm always prepared. But you see, I have learned over the years not to try and come off as a know-it-all. Nobody likes a know-it-all. So I throw curveballs to see who's listening. You can always call in. You can always call in, as you should know. I let you have the last word. I let you speak. Now, I'm very much up to speed on what's going on with ADOS, American Descendants of Slavery. I've supported them wholeheartedly. Well, they're movement of sorts, but never mind them. I'm ADOS regardless. You feel me? Yvette Carnell has called into my show. We had a great discussion, but I do have the fucking right to question what's going on. If you're trying to lead a people and possibly sell salvation, and then you're promoting a bullshit convention, bullshit with a bunch of goddamn people who are not representing the best interests of American descendants of slavery, and then you get uninvited. I need to know what the fuck happened. You have the floor.
All right. So her tweet that she sent out on the 23rd says exactly this. So odd to pretend that the person who created ADOS, she's speaking about herself, and dismantled Pan-Africanism is now pulling a switcheroo. I'm showing up to this event to argue against the idea that any such Afro-descendant nation exists and in favor of reparations for ADOS. She goes on to say, and I'm glad that they added me to the program. I tweeted about my request and spoken to the coordinator, but I hadn't checked my email to review the program to see that they added me. So she wasn't even on the original event. Then she requested to be, so again, that she could argue against the idea that any such Afro-descendant nation exists. And she wants to argue in favor of reparations for ADOS. So that was, and I'm sorry, I said the 23rd. I meant like October. I was reading the tweet backwards. October 1st, she sent that out. Okay. So that's what happened before the event that happened this past Saturday. Then the day of the event, the morning of the event, the coordinator called her and said that other people on the panel were threatening not to show up to the event if she showed up to the event. So they took her off the event and disinvited her. Then that's when they sent out that press release. They sent it out to all the ADOS members, the current members, of which you can go to joinados.com to see what that's about. Members of the ADOS Advocacy Foundation, of which I am one of them, okay, and told everybody what happened. So she was never, ever promoting the event as if to say she was in favor of it. So I'm not sure. That's why I'm saying, like, I'm not sure how you missed that piece. She tweets about this stuff all the time, or she keeps people updated about her stuff on Twitter all the time. She may not go live about it, but she's definitely on Twitter every day, night and day. So that's it. You know, specifically about this.
Okay. I said, call in, and I want to let you speak, and I'm a man of my word. So
I appreciate it.
So I want to respond to what you said, okay? I want to respond to what you said.
Go ahead.
First and foremost, the convention was pure bullshit. Nobody even gave a fuck about it enough to go. Wouldn't you agree? If you look at the goddamn footage of the people in the goddamn audience, it was sad. You had some old ass nigga on stage with a knapsack rapping. He looked out of place. We most of the people on social media learned about that bullshit convention by way of Yvette Carnell. Those of us who respect her intellect, and I do. But why go argue with an organization that has no power in the first place? The reason why I don't even argue with some people on YouTube is because you have no fucking power, let alone a voice. She was doing them a favor. So, those of us who are content creators, those of us who are in the know, in the mix, and those of us who do research. You see, I play stupid a lot, and I hate to say it like that, but I don't want to come off as a know-it-all. When is Yvette Carnell going to, as you just said, argue with Tariq Nasheed? When are we going to see her or Tone Talks, on the podiums, talking about ADOS and how they came out the gate strong and then folded like chicken wings? When are we going to see that?
Well, they didn't fold, but I'm not sure if that's going to happen. I don't think they're going down that road anytime soon. I don't think.
Why not?
Ever.
Rita, I didn't mean.
I don't know.
I didn't mean to yell. Pardon me. I mean to yell. I'm just a speaker here. Why
I hear you. I hear.
That's what
you don't bother me, Star.
That's what we want to see. We don't give a goddamn about some bullshit ass convention in Atlanta that nobody attended. If you're talking about reparations, okay, well, either argue with Tariq Nasheed, who is making waves and traction, putting out documentaries, or tell us something by way of the moves that you're making. Why even give these people the goddamn time of day? They ain't hitting on shit. Nobody even came to that convention. Would you agree? Nobody went.
I mean, look, from the pictures that I saw, I probably would agree with you mostly about that. But Yvette and Tone are not doing nothing. That's why I'm saying, like, are you watching actually what they're doing? They are building a whole organization.
I didn't say.
It may not be loud.
Rita. I didn't say they're not doing nothing, but you just, they came out.
Well, I'm trying to understand because you kind of never talk about it.
Well, I'm not fighting. I'm not fighting their battle. I'm going to throw the curveballs out there to the people who I speak to, the people who are enlightened. I don't give a goddamn about the 85%, the deaf, the dumb, the blind. You come in this motherfucker whenever you come, I don't need you. I'm not saying this to you directly because you support, but I don't give a fuck about every day trying to talk about what ADOS is doing. Tone, why did Tone not even goddamn trademark ADOS? He's a lawyer. What happened there? So much to the...
I have no... Go ahead.
He's a lawyer. Once upon a time, and all that dust that got kicked up nationwide with different ADOS chapters, and then he didn't even goddamn trademark it once upon a time, and then that became a whole thing. So I'm up to speed, but I'm not going to sit here and pretend just because you were supposed to go to some, again, bullshit convention that something was going to get accomplished. Let's take Tariq Nasheed off the table. Never mind debating, and let me use the word debating, not arguing. Never mind debating with Tariq Nasheed. What is next for ADOS? Because I don't see her going live. I don't see no goddamn real 5-point plan. You say you're a ADOS representative. What's next? Enlighten us.
I'm an ADOS member, and anyone right now can also become an ADOS member by going to joinados.com. And when you become a member of ADOS, of the ADOS Advocacy Foundation, you become a member of the full coalition that is a national movement to fight for reparations and a Black agenda for all Black people. Now, that being said, the next step of the...
All Black people or American descendants of slavery? Which is it?
So the reparations is just for American descendants of slavery.
Okay.
But the ADOS Advocacy Foundation is also fighting for a Black agenda that would be directed for and protections for all Black people. So
no, thank you, Rita. No fucking thank you. Okay.
Well, I don't know what to tell you, Star. I don't know. I mean,
okay.
I'm just telling you what's going on.
Okay.
I'm telling you what's going on.
And that's what I'm saying to you. And if that's what ADOS is about now, all Black people, you just proved my point. You've changed your position.
ADOS is about, I said, it's both. It's for reparations for ADOS.
No, thank you. If you're not talking about reparations.
But are you hearing me?
I'm hearing you. Are you hearing me?
Thank you.
Are you hearing me?
Yes.
You hearing me?
Yes. And are you hearing me?
You ain't saying nothing.
What? Star, come on, man.
Oh, no, it ain't come on. You started out talking about reparations for American descendants of slavery. Now you're talking about all Black people. No, thank you. Go ahead and finish up. I'm a man of my word. Finish up.
All right. So that's what the ADOS Advocacy Foundation is currently fighting for. They just launched official chapters under this organization. So obviously, before this, what you were talking about, oh, they had chapters and they were doing this and doing that and all this, all of that wasn't under an official organization. Now, the organization that launched last year, the ADOS Advocacy Foundation, now has national members and is launching official chapters under the nonprofit 501c4 ADOS Advocacy Foundation. Yeah. For those that are interested, adosfoundation.org. There are 4 chapters currently launched right now and more chapters coming. So that's specifically what Yvette is doing. She goes live, I think, once a week on YouTube, right. And then on Patreon, I think twice a week. Right. And then Tone is a little bit, I don't think he has a regular schedule, but he's definitely on YouTube once a week as well, too. So.
I appreciate you, Rita. Thank you for your support. And,
all right, Star.
And I'm going to say this respectfully. No, thank you. It's not about all black people. No, we ain't trying to see reparations for people from fucking different parts of the world who were not descendants of slavery in America. No, thank you. But I thank you for your support.
But
have a good evening.
All right.
Thank you. Yeah. I let her speak, you see. They did change their position. And let me just say, if you're now talking about all black people, then fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. Going up the road. You see, now you're hustling. And they kicked you to the curb in Atlanta. We was going to argue. Argue about what? About who? You ain't got no fucking power, but thank you, Rita. I gave her the last word. Hold on a second, guys. Rory, it's a black show tonight. Hold on a second. That's the homie, Rory. Okay, he hung up. Salute to white boy Rory. Rory, I'm on code tonight, man. Okay, Blade, fall back, Blade. I see you. Blade's talking crazy. Okay, Luis, send me a screenshot of your PayPal donation so I can get you that half off, sir. I appreciate you. Luis, okay. Sharif, got your donation. Where is Sharif? Area code 626. Sharif, sit tight. You're up next, sir. Sit tight. Which Corey is this? I know like 5 Corys. Corey, I got your donation. Thank you, sir. Is that Corey from Chicago, my old homie? I'm not sure which Corey that is, but got your donation. Thank you so much. Is that Nate? I love to say bye, people. Oh. Well, it says Nathaniel. I love to see black people push back. Okay. Hey, Janet. Janet says, listen to your great show. Janet, I'm not sure where you're going, but I want to stay on topic with regards to what it is I'm doing. Thank you, Janet, for your support as always. And Janet watched that documentary with that woman who, whose name I don't want to mention. Not because she didn't do great work, but, she recorded a lot of things. The last show we were talking about. Yeah. Okay. And thank you, Rita. Again, I got your email, but I can't read that right now. Thank you again, Patrice. Let me go to area code 626. Is that Sharif? Peace, Sharif.
Yes, sir, Star, man. Let me just say this, bro. I mean, I'm not going to call you brother, but, man, it's an honor to talk to you, man, and up there with Frankie Crocker.
Oh, thank you, sir.
And, and Waldo P.D. Green, man.
P.D. Green.
You up there in that status.
P.D. Green was
yes,
the foundation. P.D. Green. Go ahead.
Yes, sir, man. I'm calling about this documentary, man, and it's like, I've been following this subject matter on your show and on Flex's show for a few years now, and I'm sort of like a hip-hop educator, man. I've taught in middle schools, high schools, and colleges, And, you know, I was kind of trained by KRS-One. He had came out here. We had did a workshop. He explained, you know, the origins of hip-hop and, you know, the whole Herc story and the Bambaataa story with the Spades, bringing them together to stop violence on the street. And I absorbed that, and I used to regurgitate that, man, to kids and, you know, high schoolers and, you know, young men and women in college. And up until this documentary, man, I found out that a lot of the stuff that I was teaching was BS. You know what I'm saying? So this has been like a real eye-opener for me.
Okay.
You know.
Okay.
You know, on that subject matter, man, and, you know, I've been following the Gaza music since like the first Intifada back in the 80s, you know.
Oh, okay.
And I've been following this subject matter for a long time. And, you know, it seems like, you know, the people over there living in the Gaza music, man, they always get the short end of the stick. You know, and I feel like, you know, them people, like, they live in one of the biggest prisons in the world. They can't leave and go and come freely. So, you know, it's just like a prison over anywhere, man, it's going to explode, you know, and I think that's what happened.
Okay. It has reached a boiling point, and I thank you for not saying the actual words because these algorithms are very sensitive right now.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I'm just reporting what has happened. I'm not, you know, necessarily choosing a side, and, you know, but there are people in London, you know, turned up and dancing in the streets. It's very real, and it's intensifying. Condolences to all the families on both sides that are, you know, suffering and losing family members, you know, because there's kidnapping involved, there's torture, there's a lot of things going on. I'm sure, you know, tomorrow or Tuesday we're gonna see more political involvement, you know, from different parts of the world. It's reached a boiling point. It hasn't been this violent in about 15 years, correct? 15 or 14 years?
Yeah, probably a little bit longer, man. Like back in 2002, they had Arafat under house arrest, man. So a lot of people, including myself, went to Washington, D.C. We protested. We walked all up and down Constitution Avenue with signs and stuff. And you know what I'm saying? And, you know, after that, it's the same thing. You know, a few years later, it was Janine. Then a few years later, it was another situation over in that region, man. So the situations keep happening, I believe, man, because people are unwilling to communicate and talk. You know, people always say Jimmy Carter was, you know, the weakest president ever, but he got peace between Egypt and the peoples over there, man. And he did it without shedding no blood, man. And then Clinton tried to do the same thing, you know, and then right after that, you know, they put Arafat under house arrest, man, and outlawed his movement. And then the other movement over there got bigger, and the people actually voted for them folks. And but you know, it's a long story, man. But I'm like you, brother. I mean, sir, I gotta stop that, sir. You know, I'm praying for both sides, man. I'm praying for both sides. I don't want innocent children and people that ain't got nothing to do with this shit, man. You know, just getting murdered out in the street and, you know, exploded upon, man. So, you know, I'm praying for the situation. And if I could, man, lastly, talk about the Dine and Dash.
Yeah, Dine and Dash. Is that, I know that may sound like a silly question, but, you know, people are partaking in this. And that video that I saw, you may have seen it as well. Was that Houston? Did you see that video? 18 people walked out on a goddamn bill. And then one woman was talking about, I'll shoot this motherfucker up. I'm sorry, good. That's a reality now. Go ahead.
Yeah, I didn't see the video, man, but I've experienced that. You know, I've done it before. I've done it when I was younger. You know, just me and my friends doing it. I remember we went to Pizza Hut. I mean, I'm not going to mention the name of the place, but some pizza establishment when you could just eat inside and they would serve you and stuff. We went in there and we all decided, we was like in high school or something, man. And, we decided we wasn't going to pay for it. And my homies, they split and I was sitting there, man, and stuck. You know what I'm saying? I was last one to get out, and I didn't make it, so I had to actually have my parents come up there and pay for the whole meal. Yeah, man.
They caught you.
I got busted.
They caught you.
Snitched on my damn self.
Hey, man, I appreciate your support, and thank you. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you for calling.
Right on.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Okay. Big Key tapping in. I'ma tell PRs that Pun was Dominican, and I have receipts since they like to lie so much, LOL. And let's hope Gaza music can reach Diamond Certified. Oh! Big Key with the crazy comment of the night. Shit. Hang on a second, folks. I want to make sure I'm promoting my sponsors here tonight. Okay. Nug, guys. Nug has a great channel. He has relaunched his channel. Okay, please check him out. Tell him I sent you. YouTube.com/@ That's My Take on YouTube. Great content. Check him out. Nathaniel. I'm not taking any shots at Yvette Carnell. She's a very intelligent woman, but I don't know what they're doing. They came out strong, and then it fell apart, if you ask me. It's not organized. Didn't they have one convention? I don't know the full details, but I do research, goddammit. I'm going to throw you a curveball. I'm not going to sit here and be a cheerleader for nobody. Back in the days, peace to the nation of gods and earths. They had and still do have a saying, show and prove. Show and prove. Don't say something and then we're supposed to just accept it. Show and prove. Prove. Who in the hell is Yvette Carnell going to argue with in Atlanta? Call out King Flex. Let's see that debate. Troll babies, yes, no, maybe. Let's see the debate. Call Brother Sarnetta. Let's set it up. The debate of debates. Foundational Black Americans versus ADOS. Is that what we want to see or what? That's the debate, goddamn. Oh, man. I'll spend $250 on them goddamn tickets. Yvette Carnell needs a bag. Set it up. Who the fuck was she going to debate with in Atlanta? I don't mean to keep taking shots at the guy who was rapping, but what the fuck was that about? Reparations. And the microphone. What? Alex, I got your donation. Thank you for tapping in. Okay, who's on the line? You're on, folks. You have to say what area code you're calling from. I'm looking at 30 goddamn calls in the queue. I don't know your number. What number? What area code? Man. Hold on a second. Guys, this week, going to be doing a rollout for this tequila. Do me a favor, check out the website. Tell me what you think. Shoot me an email, okay? Maybe a Wednesday or so, or I'm not sure what day we have to get a code so that you can purchase that tequila with a star code, okay? We'll talk about that a little bit later on this week. Let's go to area code 678. Good evening.
What's good, Stars? How's it going?
It's going, sir. Are you on some type of Puerto Rican headset? There was a loud noise, and are you driving?
Nah, I got you now.
What's cracking, sir?
Yeah, I'm driving. I'm doing security around the mall at night, so my bad.
That's okay. How are you, sir? Where do you want to start? Thank you for your support.
Yeah, I want to talk about the trailer. I want to talk about the hip hop trailer. I love it. I was first generation American. I love it.
Let's go.
And you got my 100% support on it. And yeah, man, you know, I'm glad to see the pioneers, the real OGs of hip hop, you know, basically shutting that down of, you know, the other race groups, you know, putting their little 2 cents in it. And see the OGs shutting that down, that's good. That's good. And you know, I heard some things about Fat Joe. Like I heard he's not even.
Sir, don't even waste our time with him, please. This ain't about him. Stop.
You right.
Talk about the trailer, Foundational Black Americans, the footage, high definition. Come on, man.
Yep.
That's what we talk
I
about.
loved it. I love the trailer. I love everything, man. I just can't wait to see it and get the DVD, the whole nine, man. This is a great hip hop documentary. It's definitely, you know, for the world to see. And it's definitely gonna open up a lot of eyes of a lot of you know, FBA, the B1 family. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
Yeah.
It's anticipated. You know, and I heard a lot of people, you know, feel some type of way about it. You know, but hey, it is what it is, man. A lot of Jamaicans and Puerto Ricans shaking in their boots. You know, they in the hot seat. And that's just what it is, man. And
are you from the New York tri-state area, sir? Where you from?
Of course, man. You know, playing from New Jersey, man.
Okay,
West
right. Well, listen, man. Please go to microphonecheck.com. Do a little reading if you haven't already. Let's talk about, you know, the history and its manifestation. Never mind who's hating from the sideline. Fuck them niggas. You feel me? But I thank you for your call.
Yeah.
Thank
That's a good question, but
thank you, sir. No questions, man. Just go to that website, man. And folks, I have a theory that Big Pun was black. he wasn't Puerto Rican. He was a dumb in a can. 215. Good evening. Are you there? You're my last caller.
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, peace.
Peace. How are you, sir? Last caller.
Yeah, I would like to say, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. You have the floor. Go ahead.
Yeah, I want to say this, right? You mentioned the ADOS, right? I think the biggest problem with them is that she doesn't have a personality. One thing about Tariq, whether you like or not, he has a personality, and it's important for a leader, somebody of a movement, to be charismatic and have a personality, which ADOS members, they don't. And I've never really liked that slavery name. That never felt comfortable with me.
Okay.
I would say that one. And the second thing I want to say, so I'm from Rochester, so we got a large Caribbean population, Jamaican population.
Okay.
This idea that I remember growing up, it was not popular being Jamaican. People would not just come and tell you that they was Bahamian or Jamaican.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? This didn't really pop off really into the late 80s. 86, 87, 88 with people, that's when they got their numbers up, where they really start kind of like getting comfortable with this idea. If you go back to the early 80s and stuff, I remember when Puerto Ricans wanted to be Italian. I remember when, you know, when they didn't really come to black barbershops because they couldn't really get black haircuts. Because I'm a barber. You know what I mean? They started getting their barbershops after the fact because they figured they could cut their own hair better than we could.
Right.
And that's when that occurred. But this idea that we've been holding hands, that some people, a lot of New York dudes try to do, we know it's false because I've been in Jamaica Avenue. Thousands thousands of times. I've been downtown Brooklyn. I've been to Harlem.
Right.
This idea that all black people in New York City don't live around Hispanics. That's crazy. That's just like South Bronx, Spanish Harlem, but that's not representative of like Hollis, Queens, St. Albans, Brownsville, Bed-Stuy, Fort Greene. Downtown Brooklyn is black as shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's my cousin. He was in a shelter situation from Jamaica, and he went to the Bronx. He was uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? Because he had never been around that many Spanish people in his life. So what I hate is that when they try to talk to
So I have to jump in to be precise.
Yep.
To be precise. Those weren't Spanish people. They were Spanish-speaking people. They were Hispanic. And let me also say this.
Oh, yes.
Let me also, and this
right.
is not to be mean-spirited. You said it wasn't until the 80s when, what'd you say? People started,
I said the late 80s is when people were like openly Jamaican. Like early 80s.
No, sir. When the Fugees started talking about being proud to be Haitian, that's when the Haitians started speaking up. And I say this with all due respect, because my homie, Kango Kid, he was actually the first real Haitian to get it in. But he wasn't talking about Haitian stuff until Wyclef started talking it. Then he came out and said, I'm the first. But that was around mid-90s. What was it, 1994? What was the Fugees' first album?
Oh, The Score.
No. Blunted on Reality, 1994. 1994. Go ahead, finish up.
Okay,
You had last week. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
That's what's up. But I just want to say that I'm just glad this documentary is getting out and the truth is out, because one thing they can't explain. If hip hop was so multicultural, then who decided that the political, the ideological, everything is going to be Black American? The music, the beat, the 5% Nation, the Nation of Islam, the historical stuff that people rap about, the references. So if the Bronx is more Puerto Ricans and the blacks only live in the projects, and then all the Caribbeans live around that, then who decides and say that, only thing that's going to be accepted is the Black American? How do they take total control of everything? The block parties, the ones that matter, the Hevalo, whether it's Bronxdale or any kind of stuff like that, if they were so outnumbered and this was so a multicultural thing. That's why I like to somebody explain to me that. How did this happen? If it's blacks, Puerto Ricans, and West Indians together, who decision to say that only thing that's going to count is Black American, and anything outside of that, we're throwing it out the door.
Right. All right. I appreciate the call, man. Thank you.
Peace.
Thank you.
Yep.
Okay.